At Sherry Fitzgerald Lettings, we look after your property.
At Sherry Fitzgerald Lettings, we'll look after you properly.
With more than 80 dedicated lettings experts across the country, we have the expertise, the experience, and the local knowledge.
With a commitment to quality service, we ensure a better experience for tenants and safeguard your investment return.
We look after your property.
We look after you properly.
Sherry Fitzgerald Lettings.
Let our experience improve yours.
Visit sherryfitzlettings.ie. At Sherry Fitzgerald Lettings, we look after your property.
At Sherry Fitzgerald Lettings, we'll look after you properly.
With more than 80 dedicated lettings experts across the country, we have the expertise, the experience, and the local knowledge.
With a commitment to quality service, we ensure a better experience for tenants and safeguard your investment return.
We look after your property.
We look after you properly.
Sherry Fitzgerald Lettings.
Let our experience improve yours.
Visit sherryfitzlettings.ie. At Sherry Fitzgerald Lettings, we look after your property.
At Sherry Fitzgerald Lettings, we'll look after you properly.
With more than 80 dedicated lettings experts across the country, we have the expertise, the experience, and the local knowledge.
With a commitment to quality service, we ensure a better experience for tenants and safeguard your investment return.
We look after your property.
We look after you properly.
Sherry Fitzgerald Lettings.
Let our experience improve yours.
Visit sherryfitzlettings.ie. At Sherry Fitzgerald Lettings, we look after your property.
At Sherry Fitzgerald Lettings, we'll look after you properly.
With more than 80 dedicated lettings experts across the country, we have the expertise, the experience, and the local knowledge.
With a commitment to quality service, we ensure a better experience for tenants and safeguard your investment return.
We look after your property.
We look after you properly.
Sherry Fitzgerald Lettings.
Let our experience improve yours.
Visit sherryfitzlettings.ie. At Sherry Fitzgerald Lettings, we look after your property.
At Sherry Fitzgerald Lettings, we'll look after you properly.
With more than 80 dedicated lettings experts across the country, we have the expertise, the experience, and the local knowledge.
With a commitment to quality service, we ensure a better experience for tenants and safeguard your investment return.
We look after your property.
We look after you properly.
Sherry Fitzgerald Lettings.
Let our experience improve yours.
Visit sherryfitzlettings.ie.
You're very welcome to Lakelands, where we're back on the main pitch today for round 13 of the Energy All-Ireland League. Today's a huge clash. Terenure welcome University College Dublin, where Terenure will be hoping to secure a semi-final position and retain the Eddie Thornton Trophy. I'm joined in the commentary box by Des McCann with today's TCRFC live stream, brought to you by Andy Brennan, with Shane Moore up in the gantry bringing you all the action. Des, a windy day today, a lot on the line, and it's amazing it's come to this on the last day of the season.
Yeah, Podge, how are you? Look, great. I said last week at business end, we're pretty much here now. Obviously, big game today. The result is really important. Another windy day here at Lakelands. Winds going from left to right on your screen, right down into the scoreboard. So that'll play a role today.
Yeah, and when these sides met on the opening day of the season in Belfield, it was a tight contest with Terenure coming out on top, 24-15. A lot has changed here in Lakeland since then, and today is all about the race for the final playoff spot. Terenure know that a point today will be enough to secure their place in the semi-finals, while in Cork, Con must beat Lansdowne with a bonus point and hope UCD can do them a favour here today to get into the semi-finals. UCD, despite back-to-back wins, have already booked their ticket for a relegation playoff match, but they'll be looking to finish the season strong going into that playoff match. And with results depending in 1B today, they're likely to either face Old Wesley or Trinity College. Both sides come into this one on the back of bonus points wins. Terenure beating Cork Constitution, and UCD coming through a 100-pointer against Nina Ormond last week. We'll be keeping you up to date on all results, and Andy will be running scenarios and running maths, and he's his calculator out here, Des, and the whole lot.
I'm all over it, Podge.
Well, I'm glad Andy's here as well, Des.
Yeah.
And we'll have a couple of grab. Yeah, so Henry Mackerleen back on the bench for his first appearance this season. He'll be joined by Griffin Culver, Oisin Shannon, Luke Rigney and Mark Nicholson. Emmett McMahon names a team packed with talent, which includes 4 of Leinster's academy. Maguire dropping to the replacements. Captain Dan Barron moves to the back row, which sees Oren Handley moving onto the bench. The rest of the UCD bench today will be Lucas Maguire, Mikey O'Reilly, Oren Handley, Andrew O'Mahony and Evan Moynihan. Big shout out today to club sponsors Grant Thornton and Sherry Fitzgerald. And as teams start to come out, you'll see Terenure joined by some minis and youths and some of the ladies underage teams as well.
Yeah.
Great to see.
Yeah, it's great to see. The girls, I think we got cut off there just before. Henry McElwain, great to see him back. He made a huge impact when he came to the club, and delighted to see him back in. We've got a few maintenance kind of things done on the shoulder, and then so look, yeah, he's looking fresh, looking fast.
Yeah, he'll be chomping at the bit. And there's a big wind, as you mentioned, Des. That's going to have an impact on today, blowing from the kind of school Greenlee Road end all the way down, and we will look like we're going to be pausing for a minute's silence today. Yeah, today's minute silence for Vinnie O'Brien, a member of the Minis and Youth coaching ticket over the last couple of years, who passed away last week. And we're back a couple of moments away from kick-off here. Look, Terenure will be wearing their regular home strip, purple, black and white hoops, and UCD will be in their familiar blue. UCD to kick off. Terenure will be playing with the wind, playing down the hill, and Derek Gilbourne will get things underway here. Couple of big up-and-coming players, Des, in the UCD team. I'm looking forward to seeing Ruben Maloney and Dylan McNeese in the second row.
Yeah,
a lot of talent. Gilbourne, flat kick-off, and it is taken by Adam LeGroux over on the left wing. That's a good take because it was moving around in the wind. So Will Riley finds Mike Murphy Jr. coming in for his first start. One of the under-20s players here who's been performing very well throughout the season. Will Riley will try and use that wind. He puts up a box kick, and it's Ruben Maloney coming for it, and he loses his footing, and it's Adam LeGroux up on the ball. Oh, and he loses footing as well. Throws a pass out to Marcus Hannon, but he just couldn't get his hands on it. So there you see it. There's conditions are, despite it looking beautiful here today, there's a big wind, and it might be a little bit soft underfoot.
Yeah, look, the wind's going to play a big part to today, Pod. You can see that there. He came in and then it blew past him, so it looked like he overran it. So you know what? Whoever manages the wind, I think, is going to really kind of play a big role in this. Look, he Azzy didn't put his hammer there.
Yeah. So Ruben Ruben Maloney at full back, 5 times capped by Leinster. He's got pace to burn, and it'll be a scrum to UCD. Thomas Quinn to feed, and it's just a reset.
You get a sense from what UCD when they were walking in there. I heard the guys say, "Let's just enjoy this, lads." So I'd say now they're going to start fast, express themselves like they always do, but you know they know they've a massive match next week, but they're going to enjoy today. I'll probably plan for that a little bit today as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, a team stacked full of talent and students. And there's nothing really on the line, or a dangerous outfit if they get going. It's Thomas Quinn to feed the scrum. 2 absolutely massive packs will go at it today, and Quinn digs it out of the number 8's feet and is carried hard to the line by Ben Brownlee. And it's a messy ruck. Quinn trying to get a steady platform for an exit. He has it, and he kicks a flat box kick just out on the 10-metre line. So the first line out of the game today, Des, like when you look at the 2 UCD locks, Dylan McNeese and Conor O'Tierney. Conor O'Tierney's played loads of times for Leinster. This is going to be a big battle today for Max Russell and the Terenure pack to try and navigate those 2 second rows.
Yeah.
And it's a quick ball with Sean Rigney.
Oh, that looked... Yeah, I mean, look, we were saying off air, Riggs had a great game last weekend at 2 in the line out.
Yeah.
He won every of his own ball and disrupted a few of their ball.
Absolutely.
Consistency is the key on it.
Ethan Riley with a big carry, followed up by Captain Luke Clohessy. His quick ball for Terenure. Just slow down slightly. Riley goes to the left. He finds Adam LeGroux, who's been lively so far, in off the left wing, and he finds Harrison Brewer way over there on the left hand side. So Adam LeGroux looking lively today so far in the first couple of minutes.
Yeah, well, you know what they say, you got to get into the game early, and you can't get in any earlier than kind of catching the kick off and getting stuck in and nearly scoring a try and pulling your hammer at the same time. But look, no, he's in, which is great to see.
Yeah.
He's electric when he gets going and he finds space. So more of that, please, Adzi. And a couple of shout out to Robbie Dillon, who's joining us again from Spain this week, Des. Yeah, still on recovery, I believe, for the shoulder that he perked himself with. Hope that recovery camp is going well. Robbie?
Is he out there with the Spanish national team, or what's he doing?
Well, they liked him, so they brought him. Well, they perked him, so they feel responsible to look after his rehab.
Good stuff. Ball at the base with Quinn. That's with Ben Brownlee trying to get UCD out of their 22. And they'll probably play a couple more phases, and Quinn will try and kick into that really strong wind. So Quinn puts up a flat kick and again brings play up. UCD out to the 10-metre line. We've a huge international audience today as well. Big shout out to Thomas Gabriel. Des, who's we're chatting to last week. He was over. That's Casper Gabriel's dad.
Yep.
And he's gone back to Austria, and he'll be tuned in. I don't know where he'll be tuned in from. It could be a bar. It could be a rugby club.
Yeah.
But
good man for stats. He was giving us the permutations last week on this week.
Yeah.
Another strong line out from Riggs there.
Yeah. So Terenure 2 from 2 in the early line outs, and that maul is moving forward. And Max Russell's going to break off. And Will Riley finds Will Hickey. Will puts the head down. I would not like to be trying to make that tackle, and brings Terenure forward with Marcus Hannon. He was going to pass it, decided against it, hit by 2 or 3 UCD defenders. And it's with Ethan Riley. An opportunity for Terenure to go wide. Egan brings Casper Gabriel in. He breaks 1 or 2 tackles. He's playing in the 15 shirt today. So Adam LeGroux again. Adam LeGroux on a amazing run, and he's just tackled. And he's not tackled, and he's over the line. What a try by Adam LeGroux. Wow. It's been 3 attacks at Terenure, 3 from Adam LeGroux, and he gets in for a try. So Adzi on fire so far.
Yeah, brilliant. as you're saying earlier, like it's critical we get scores up in this half.
Yeah.
Given the wind. But electric pace from him there.
Yeah.
Saw the gap coming in off. He wasn't actually on his wing. He was coming back in on support runs. So brilliant.
Yeah, very dangerous. Adam LeGrew when he gets his hands on the ball in space, and it'll be Casper Gabriel to try and add the extras. He'll be kicking with a big wind, and it is probably the wrong side of the pitch for a left-footed kicker, but Casper very, very good off the tee. And close, no.
Close, look close, but no.
Yeah, so just a couple of scores from 1B actually. Trinity College are 12 points up against Black Rock. So that will bring them up into first position, and that will be who UCD are playing next week. Gilburn to restart. It goes long, it hangs up in the air. It's with Will Riley. He steps off his left and he's tackled by 2 or 3 defenders. Casper Gabriel in at scrum half, marshalling the troops. He finds Marcus Hannon, just building a better angle for an exit, and Will Riley has it. Hangs up. That's a long box kick. That's with Ruben Maloney. Ruben Maloney steps off the left. He's tackled well by Marcus Hannon. Quinn finds Jack Spencer. Is it Osborne capped a couple of times by Leinster this year. He's tackled well. And Quinn going through his forwards. It's with Captain Dan Barron. Or Paul Gerrard, sorry, not Captain Dan Barrett. Quinn with Gilbourne. Gilbourne goes across a couple of forwards, and referee Daniel Carson bringing play back for a offside, I think. Not rolling away. So penalty, a couple of phases from UCD. They eke out the penalty, and likely to go down the line with that wind, I'd say, Des.
Yeah, Harrison was so close to being on that ball. I'd say a second later, and we would have got a penalty. But it's certainly an area that we need to start dominating there and slowing it down.
So there you can see the table. That's the playoff race. Clontarf first on 63, St Mary's 61, Lansdowne 57 points, and Terenure 56 points as things stand, if everything was to finish the way it is now. Maguire to throw. Rigney gets up in front and spoils it. He did that last week as well a couple of times and knocked on the ground. So it'll be a scrum to UCD deep into Terenure 22, and there's a really good opportunity for UCD to get back and square things up, Des.
Yeah, Riggs did a great job there, and lucky obviously with the bounce on the deck. But this is a big defensive set now.
Yes.
As you say, we're about 5 hours inside the 22. Left wing coming in, showing on the inside of Dara Gilbourne there, on the out half. So let's see where we go on this defensive set.
It's a Quinn to feed. As Des mentioned, Gilbourne has Maxi Mashbrenner just on his left, and Quinn goes himself. And it's intercepted by Aaron Egan. Aaron Egan has great pace, and he finds Craig Adams. Craig Adams is going to pin the ears back. It looks like he gets a pass away to Adam LeGrew. LeGrew keeps play alive. Can he get a pop away? He does, to Riley. Riley's blindsided with a tackle, and it's with Marcus Hannon cleaning things up on the ground. Egan into scrum half. Finds Mike Murphy Jr., and he does well to keep play alive. So interception by Aaron Egan. Max Russell running a hard line, ball goes to ground. Marcus Hannon has to do a lot of work on the ground so far. As Aaron Egan gets a little half break. He was looking for the offload. There was no one there to facilitate this ruck, but Sean Rigney comes in and things slow down. Will Hickey tackled hard by Paul Gerrard.
Come back a bit and get on your knees, because they're trying to watch the game.
Riley finds Rigney. Rigney puts the head down, sucks in one or two defenders, one of them being Dylan McNeese. Craig Adams just did well. There was a shooter in the line was Ben Brownlee coming in to try and make the big hit. Terenure going the same way. Adam Chute with the carry. So Mike Murphy. Mike Murphy does really well to get Harrison Brewer. Brewer, can he free his hands? He does. Great interplay by Mike Murphy and Harrison Brewer. Rigney spins out of a tackle. There was a knock on, but it went backwards, says the ref. Aaron Egan gets his hands free, finds Will Hickey. This is fantastic rugby by Terenure. And everybody's down to the right. Will Riley is tackled hard, and it's a turnover to UCD. So a lot to cover there, Des. That all started, seems like ages ago, when Aaron Egan made that intercept.
Yeah, I thought UCD scrambled well there. They were lucky with the pass to Adam LeGroux. I think we just ran out of a few ideas there at the end. I don't know whether it should have come back right hand side. I think left was probably the order and they weren't expecting it. So just a little bit of communication there, but 14 took a knock when they were scrambling on that defence. And I don't know if he's going to ship it.
Yeah, so 14, Daniel Hurley way over there getting a bit of attention, and it was Conor O'Tiernig in the number 5 jersey for UCD who got that crucial turnover to bring that attack to the end. And it looks like Daniel Hurley is not going to shake that knock off, and he's going to come off. So Daniel Hurley has scored 6 tries this year for UCD, probably one of the more experienced players on the team, and it's likely to be Evan Moynihan coming in, I would imagine. Or Andy O'Mahony. We just have to wait and see. So UCD bring play right up onto the halfway line, right in front of us here in the comms box, and Dune Maguire will look to throw this in. Sean Rigney got up and disrupted the last one, and Luke Clossy just gets in a hand on it, and it's with Dylan McNeese. Dylan's getting the full attention of the Terenure pack, and he's pushed backwards onto the halfway line. O'Tierney with the carry, 10 caps for Leinster. And Quinn with Dylan McNeese. Huge lump of a man, and Quinn is going to slow things down here and use the conditions. Pops up a big kick, and you see the wind taking it there. I don't know where that's going to go. And Eddie Kelly has it, but there's a series of knock-ons there, and it'll be a UCD scrum. So UCD, despite wanting to play open running rugby, they're not afraid to put the ball up in the air and use that wind. Yeah,
but I don't know if that's the best call, because it could actually backfire. I think that came backwards. You're better off running it, probably tight phases, and then trying to open up gaps. As I said, just trying to manage it. You got to manage the wind both sides. It's not as easy as you think when you're running into that wind. The ball is kind of being taken away as well, but.
It's a good attacking platform for UCD here. Got Andrew Osborne lined up to the left. Andrew, 20 caps for Leinster. Younger brother of Jamie Osborne. On his left, you've got Maxine Ashbrenner, who's got pace to burn. So, will UCD go down the blind? They've got to win the scrum first to do. It's with Quinn. He goes to the right. It's with Dara Gilbourne. Gilbourne gives it back to Quinn. Quinn finds Ruben Maloney, and Ruben Maloney's got support in. It's going to be a try, and it's a try by Evan Moynihan, who's just entered proceedings for Daniel Hurley. And does that look pretty straightforward for UCD there?
Yeah, look, a simple wrap from 9. Then gave it to 15 coming in. I thought the defence was kind of sitting back watching it happen. I think they need to kind of step up on that. But again, easier to run that left to right, because that's the way the wind's going.
Yeah.
I think you need to kind of shoot up on that defence there. When scrum half looks like it's going to wrap, but as you say.
Yeah, so Gilbourne to try and add the extras. Not very straightforward to kick into that wind way over on the right hand side, being a right-footed kicker. Gilbourne, who came through St Mary's school, and he gets a good strike on it, but it doesn't make the post with that win. So 5 points apiece. Just about 17 minutes played here at Lakelands. 5 points each. Early try by Adam LeGroux, followed up with a try by Evan Moynihan from a scrum set piece. So Casper Gabriel to restart, playing in the 15 shirt, and he will look to, he'll have to take a bit off this. The wind will grab it, and it's caught by Ruben Maloney, and it's blocked by Eddie Kelly, and it's scrappy, and it's great work by Mike Murphy. Find Sean Rigney with a little pop pass. Good position here for Terenure. Pass goes to ground. It's with Luke Clossy. Clossy finds Harrison Brewer. He'll free his hands, and it's intercepted by UCD, and Gilbourne puts his boot to it, and a little grubber brings play into Terenure half. It's Casper Gabriel. He's going to put it back down there. Kind of a banana kick, and it's still, and it looks like it's going to go
all the way back.
Going to go all the way back for a scrum. So scrappy enough stuff by both sides there, but the wind playing havoc.
Yeah, it came from the block down from Eddie Kelly, hit him on the back. But I think then what happened, we just kind of need to set it up a little bit and just get some short passes in.
Yeah.
We went for that big long kind of middle pass, but
we said it last time as well as Des, like sometimes maybe going through one or two more phases rather than throwing a 50-50 pass might be a bit wise. I think patience was shouted out a couple of times in the Cork Con match, and Terenure used it in the second half and got good advantage.
And I think Harrison needed to be given a call there. Hold. You know, it looked, they were kind of waiting for the pass, so just need a bit more comms there, I think. So particularly on defence.
UCD with a front row, Tom O'Riordan, Dune Maguire and Jack Spencer, and it's with Thomas Quinn. He goes to the left, he finds Gilbourne throws a pass, it goes to the ground. It was up Maxine Ashbenner, and he was away if it didn't go, if it wasn't knocked on.
So a nice platform now to put a defence in. Oh, sorry, put an attack in here.
Yeah.
But if we go look for the corner here, off the boot.
50-22, 50-20. It'd be hard to kick even with that wind, Des. I think
Well, you got to be more conservative. Yeah. Otherwise, we'll be back exactly like we were there with Casper.
So front row of Adam Tuitt, Loosehead, Max Russell, and Adam Tuitt tied at Max Russell and Marcus Hannon. Adam Tuitt's 101st AIL cap, hit the century mark last week. Riley feeds.
So right.
Scrum's gone down, so it's going to be a reset. And
right wing is kind of sitting in a bit of no man's land. He's kind of looking for direction of his 15 and his 13 to see whether he stays up or goes back.
That's Evan Moynihan. He would have played a lot of his rugby in the centre, so coming in here on the right hand wing, I don't know of him playing very often on the right hand wing.
Yeah, you can see like he's kind of sitting in midway now. He's obviously conscious of where that wind is.
Yeah. So a quick score update. 0-0 between Clontarf and St Mary's. Corkon 14-5 up against Lansdowne. Belvo 21 points 0 up against Nina. That's 5-5 here at Lakelands, and 0-0 in Young Munster versus Ballynahinch. Will Riley feeds. Strike is in, and it's with Will Hickey. It's a good platform for Terenure. It's going to find Ethan Riley. And that was Aaron Egan kind of getting the ball back and being tackled a bit behind the gain line. So Terenure will have to build from deep here. Slow ball. Will Hickey's tackled well, and Riley slowing things down. And he puts up a box kick, and it's under Ruben Maloney. He takes it well. He runs onto it at pace and brings play just into the Terenure half. Quick ball for Quinn. Finds Captain Barron. Barron tackled by Will Hickey. Tom O'Riordan with a good carry there. Gilbourne finds Gerard. And Jack Spencer puts the head down, opts not to pass, and gets the attention of 2 or 3 Terenure players. UCD going through phases, but not much coming. Quinn opts to try and kick it away, but like it's
no
just
point.
Absolutely no point. It just blows backwards. It's not often you see that. So Terenure with a line out on the halfway line. Conditions really, really hard here at Lakelands. So
Their defence, like all the defences that we're playing against lately, are shooting up in that middle.
yeah,
I think we need to read that a bit better.
Max Russell to throw. Rigney won the last line out, and it's Rigney again. He takes it well. Maul just looking to set the maul, but just goes down. So Will Riley calls in Ethan Riley. So hard to tackle, just puts the head down. He's like a little bulldozer. So Max Russell, and support in by Mike Murphy, who's had a really good start here so far. Will Hickey throws the offload to Casper Gabriel. He does similar. He finds Luke Clossy. Clossy gets out of the tackle, and there's options here. And Terenure with the attack on the right. The ball goes to the ground, and Eddie Kelly just taken by Ruben Maloney with the handoff, and he finds Ben Blaney, or not Ben Brownlee. I was with Maxine Ashbrenner. He's tackled well. It's end to end here at Lakelands. Conor Tierney, he's on his own. He's going to need some support, and it's there. Gilbourne finds Dylan McNeese. He's tackled well by Craig Adams, and he rolls and gets. So numbers here for UCD building up on the right hand side. There's Maloney. Maloney finds Dan Barron. So Quinn goes down to blind.
And Max on that, is he?
And a Terenure player on the ball,
Yes.
and he gets him. And it's a penalty to UCD. What was that for Des? Not rolling away?
He's saying he wasn't rolling away, yeah.
So again, you see Terenure going through the phases, good opportunities, and then UCD with the intercept. And to be fair, Terenure were lucky that UCD didn't finish that.
Yeah, we were lucky. I think Craig Adams took it on, but honestly, moving left to right with the wind behind you, the ball is not getting to the player on long passes.
No.
It's definitely playing havoc on that piece there.
Yeah.
You can see primarily UCD are actually running much better left to right. They're not actually running left, so right to left. So that's a big factor that we need to look at. I think if we come short, right, and then go from left to right, right to left on attack, it would be a little bit better. But yeah, it's difficult. We were lucky there.
Yeah. Shout out to Stephen Slattery and
No.
all our viewers in Poland. No?
No.
You're
I
not
have a table booked in Foam today, and I texted him to book a table for me, two people, 12 o'clock, and he didn't bother. So we won't be mentioning Stevie Slattery today.
Yeah, so just with the stop and play, we will mention our annual club draw, €10,000 cash prize.
That's on tonight.
That's on tonight. You're in heavy, I believe, Des.
I'm in heavy. I'm going to win it.
Heavily tipped to win it, Des McCann. So you see the QR code on the screen here. If you want to get involved, scan it with your QR code reader, and the draw will be tonight in the cabin after the match. So UCD with the penalty, bring and play right up onto the Terenure 5 metre line. Terenure's defence is going to have to do a good bit of work here.
Yeah.
Sean Rigney spoiled an early line out by UCD. It would be interesting to see, will he go up at the front in the red scrum cap, or will Terenure stay down and just try and maul this out? And Sean Rigney has got up and he has won it, and that's 2 from 2 on the UCD throw for Sean Rigney. So Terenure will have to kind of manufacture a better angle for the box kick away here. You see Sean Rigney coming back, and Will Riley's back to Casper Gabriel's massive left boot with that wind behind it. Play just up onto the 10 metre line. So a good exit there from Casper Gabriel. That left boot is such a weapon, and especially with that big wind behind him.
Yeah, but you know what? It all stems from that line out. Riggs has continued on from where he left off last week. Really positive in the front of the line out. Destructive against opposition ball.
Yeah.
It's exactly what's needed today.
That'll drive Emmett McMahon crazy. Line out specialist we know so well here from his part of the coaching ticket to win the All-Ireland League, and Sean Rigney wins the line out for Terenure. it's with Will Riley. Max Russell put the head down, and he'll Egan with Craig Adams. Craig stepping off his left and bringing play back into the pack for some support. And it'll be a penalty to Terenure. Will Riley goes quick, and referee Dan Carson says it's not from the spot. That drives me mad, Des, because I like to see flowing running rugby.
Yeah.
There
was no need for him to call that back. I think he went through the mark.
He couldn't get any closer, I don't think, to the mark. So,
but look, in fairness, he might have been trying to say something.
Gabriel bangs it into the Greenlee Road side of the pitch here. Be a line out to Terenure just outside the 22. Ternure's line out going well, both on attack and defence. Sean Rigney winning ball and being a menace for the UCD line out.
Yeah, I'd like to see Adzi come in here, potentially on the second phase after this line out. I'd like to keep it left.
Yeah.
Well done again, Riggs. Just with that wind, we need to kind of keep it close quarters.
Yeah, I think we're going to see Ethan Riley. Riley does well to hold it, and he sucks in the whole UCD midfield pretty much. And it's quick ball here. Terenure will have numbers, but it's slow ball. Riley looking left and right. Max Russell will do the hard work for him. And Harrison Brewer with a carry into Dylan McNeese. And Will Hickey, bit of pace on the ball. He gets over two tacklers. And Terenure just going to have to keep things tight with that wind at the back. Big hit in, and it looked like Dunican Maguire's into the action with a big hit there. Will Riley, Marcus Hannon, quick ball. It's with Egan. Egan backs himself and looks for the offload. It isn't on, so he sets it up.
I'd
like to welcome Michael Sharp to the commentary box. Sharpie coming in to say hello.
And the Clontarf guy, Carl Smeets, was arrived here as well.
Slow ball.
So good to see you guys.
Ethan Riley put the head down, gets over, and there's a UCD player on the ball, but referee Carson brings it back for a penalty. And Adam LeGroux told no, Des. So straight in front of the post here. Do you expect Casper Gabriel to point to the post, or will Terenure go down the line? They're having a bit of a chat about it.
Captain, what's the call, please?
Going for a scrum.
Scrum, okay. So Terenure laying down the mantle here. I mean, to be fair, it's a great position to have a scrum. It opens up attack both sides. So it'll be interesting to see will Terenure use that big blind side now, which will have Aaron Egan and Craig Adams. So Des, you see here, it's just off screen, but you have Aaron Egan set up on the right and Casper Gabriel on the left.
You see, you have two ball players
two
there.
Ball players, yeah.
Effectively two out halves on either side.
Terenure will have to win the scrum first, and that's a fairly steady scrum. It's with Will Hickey, and he goes to the right. The dummy to the right, and it's with Casper Gabriel. Gabriel finds Ethan Riley, does well to carry it, and he fires a pass out to Adam LeGroux. Adam LeGroux's got pace to burn, and he's just held up short, it looks like. It was a great break by Adam LeGroux. Terenure fighting to get the ball back. It is back. It's with Will Hickey. He carries close to the line. Don't expect this to go wide anytime soon. Hannon's lined up. Clohessey's lined up.
A penalty call.
And there's a penalty called. Advantage to Terenure. Terenure showing good patience here. It's going through the phases, inching ever closer to that try line. Clohessey has it. Held up short. Carson says he's not. That's a try. Looks like Luke Clohessey getting in for Terenure's second try. And it was Luke Clohessey, and good patience from Terenure there with penalty advantage, and keeping it in the pack and just throwing pick and go after pick and go, and finally wearing down that UCD defence. So 10 points to 5, about 9, 10, 11 minutes left. Adam LeGroux with the first try for Terenure after a couple of minutes. Evan Moynihan equalised, and then Luke Clossy with the third score of the game to push things out to 10 points to 5.
Look, do you know what? Objectively, I think UCD were calling for a forward pass, particularly on the last pass. But you could see how difficult it was to pass. And I think it's nearly easier running ball into the wind.
Yeah. The kick goes up, and that's a
great
fantastic kick from Casper Gabriel. So that's 12 points to 5. Luke Clossy try, Casper Gabriel with the conversion. So that just puts a bit of separation on the scoreboard with 8 or 9 minutes left in the first half.
Yeah. The right call. Go for the scrum.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Brave call.
Brave call, yeah. So Gilbourne to restart. He goes low and flat, and it comes off Will Riley, so there'll be advantage to UCD. Jack Spencer gets the ball, and it's with Maxime Ashbrenner. Ashbrenner tried to free his hands, and he does well to just secure possession. Maguire finds Osborne. Osborne tackled, and Ruben Maloney throws a pass, but Dan Carson's going to bring things back here for the knock on. So flat restart, and just a nightmare to take in this wind, it looks like, Des.
Yeah, it must have been bobbling around on him a little bit, but yeah, look, I mean, it's schoolboy stuff, you know. You got to secure a kick-off, particularly after you've scored. Now we're under a little bit of pressure. They have a good, strong platform with good ability to run left to right. I will say they'll go on the right side.
Yeah.
So another big defensive set for us.
Yeah. We see Dunick and Maguire into the back row. It looks like for Dan Barron, it looked like. I see Conor Tong in the back row with Paul Gerrard. So it looks like a couple of moments ago, UCD lost their captain Dan Barron, and Dunick and Maguire, Irish under-20 international, and jersey number 18 coming in. So it's the very same position. Does UCD have a scrum to attack from the Terenure scored from?
The gummies.
Des just having a chat with a few of the guys around here, but it's a good opportunity for UCD. Good scrum position. Quinn goes to the right. He finds Gilbourne. Gilbourne pops it out to Ruben Maloney, who is tackled in the Terenure 22. UCD come back to the left, with Dylan McNeese fighting for every yard there, and Quinn has it. Gilbourne out the back to Osborne. Osborne finds Maloney. Maloney with a great pass out to Maxine Ashbrenner, who should finish from here, and he doesn't. He looked for the pop, and it'll be a knock on with a try for UCD. Whoa, he had to back himself there, didn't he?
He did. We were lucky there.
Yeah, Maxime Ashbrenner, a Czechia international. Will you have it? He's from the Czech Republic, Des.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he'd one-on-one. He did the hard work. I think he just needed to kind of back himself a bit there.
I don't know, was he close enough, but momentum nearly would have carried him over the line. But it's going to be a tricky place for Terenure to exit from.
It's probably an easier exit going for the far touch.
Yeah. And that wind.
But it's whether it's a risky pass from the base of the scrum. You know, probably going to hit Eaton, take it up a bit, but I'd say the best clearance is probably down that left tram.
Yeah, so Riley to feed. It's at the base of the scrum with Will Hickey. It's turning that way. Will Hickey pick himself? Nice. I know it's a penalty to Terenure. Dan Carson saying UCD wheeling the scrum. So that makes things a little bit easier to exit. And Casper Gabriel has a good angle with his left foot, and just brings play just outside the Terenure 22. So we see the current table, how things stand in the race for the final playoff spot. We'll just check the Any Score app for some scores. Cork on 26 points to 5 up against Lansdowne. Line out is won by Terenure. Old Belvo are 28 points to 5 up against Nina.
And he's away.
And Mike Murphy's away. He puts a little kick in. It's taken by Gilbourne. Gilbourne throws a pass. It hits the deck. And it's with Dan Hurley, who's back in. Yeah, so Mike Murphy with the break, put the boot on it, and it's stolen, and with Will Hickey was bringing play over the 10-metre line. It's quick ball here for Terenure. Will Riley hits Harrison Brewer on a hard line, sucking in a couple of defenders. Quick ball for Riley. It's with Casper Gabriel out half. He tries to switch, and Ethan Riley just does well to hold on to things. Scrappy rugby here.
Slow it down.
Will Hickey puts the shoulder down. And I think Terenure is going to slow things down and put the boot onto the ball. It's been frantic. Riley with a really good box kick.
Great kick.
And it's under Ruben Maloney. He does well. He gets attention from Casper Gabriel. He fires out a pass.
He's on his own.
And it's Gary Gilbourne. Gilbourne.
Yes.
There'll be a penalty to Terenure.
Got in there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Scrum.
You'd nearly go the same again, would you?
Yeah, I think you would.
Patch?
Yeah.
I'm going for line
Okay. Gabriel pops it into touch. We'll just take a couple. We're going through scores there, but it's 0-0 between Clontarf and St Mary's. Cork Constitution 14 points to 5 up against Lansdowne. Old Belvedere 28 points to 0 versus Nina Ormond, and it's not 5-5 here, so there's a bit of a delay on that, but we will keep you up to date with the scores as they come in. Max Russell to throw, and Classy dummies, and he wins the line out, and it's crooked. And yeah, we've got some scores. It's 26 points to 12 between Cork Con and Lansdowne, 35 points to 5 between Belvo and Nina Ormond. Young Munster 14 points to 5 up against Ballynahinch, and St Mary's have got a try and are 5-0 up against Clontarf. So where does that leave things, Des? No change really.
No change.
Yeah.
It's obviously sort of an incredibly competitive, tight game with the top two, or they're kind of shadow boxing a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on there,
Yeah,
but everyone else below them is frantic and getting points on boards and everything. So be interesting to see how that pans out.
So UCD running it out from the 22, shouts a high tackle, but I don't think so. Ruben Maloney throws a pass to Maxine Ashbrenner. He gets on the outside of Eddie Kelly, which isn't easily done. He gets the handoff and he finds Ruben Maloney, and Maloney is smashed by Casper Gabriel, and a knock-on advantage. Terenure kick it away, and it's bobbling up there, and it'll be a goal line dropout, Des, I think here.
That's not going to be easy to get out of off the goal
That's
line.
an absolute nightmare.
Like, just got to go low and hard.
Yeah. The 2-iron out here, and it hangs up in the air. It's going to hit no man's land. It's with Aaron Egan. Aaron throws a bit of a goose step and tackled by 2 or 3 UCD players. Will Riley has it. Misses Mike Murphy, as with Will Hickey. Riley out to the left with Casper Gabriel. Gabriel throws a lovely pass out to Craig Adams. Craig Adams is tackled well by Ashbrenner. Gabriel bounces Ruben Maloney, or does Thomas Quinn. He finds Eddie Kelly. Eddie Kelly's got pace to burn, and he steps back in off his right foot, and he's going to need some support. It comes in, and Adam Chewett standing at scrum half. He finds Mike Murphy. Mike has played so well in his first start here, and it's turned over, and UCD will kick it out, and that should be that. That's half time. It's 12 points to 5 to Terenure. 2 tries from Adam LeGroux and Luke Clossy, and 1 by Evan Moynihan, I think, or could have been Dan Hurley coming back in, but it's 12 points to 5, and we'll take a short break and be back with the second half action.
At Sherry Fitzgerald Lettings, we look after your property.
At Sherry Fitzgerald Lettings, we'll look after you properly.
With more than 80 dedicated lettings experts across the country, we have the expertise, the experience, and the local knowledge.
With a commitment to quality service, we ensure a better experience for tenants and safeguard your investment return.
We look after your property.
We look after you properly.
Sherry Fitzgerald Lettings.
Let our experience improve yours.
Visit sherryfitzlettings.ie. At Sherry Fitzgerald Lettings, we look after your property.
At Sherry Fitzgerald Lettings, we'll look after you properly.
With more than 80 dedicated lettings experts across the country, we have the expertise, the experience, and the local knowledge.
With a commitment to quality service, we ensure a better experience for tenants and safeguard your investment return.
We look after your property.
We look after you properly.
Sherry Fitzgerald Lettings.
Let our experience improve yours.
Visit sherryfitzlettings.ie. At Sherry Fitzgerald Lettings, we look after your property.
At Sherry Fitzgerald Lettings, we'll look after you properly.
With more than 80 dedicated lettings experts across the country, we have the expertise, the experience, and the local knowledge.
With a commitment to quality service, we ensure a better experience for tenants and safeguard your investment return.
We look after your property.
We look after you properly.
Sherry Fitzgerald Lettings.
Let our experience improve yours.
Visit sherryfitzlettings.ie.
You're very welcome back to Lakelands for the second half of this Energy AIL Round 18 match. And we're joined in the comms box here by Stevie O'Neill. Stevie, what do you make of the first half?
Cheers, Podge. Yeah, pretty sloppy to be honest. Probably missed 2 open goals early doors, and just been kind of forcing to play from too deep a little. Probably should have used the wind a bit more efficiently, but yeah, also knew they were going to be playing that kind of out to in high line speed on the outside, and we're getting a bit spooked by it and forcing a few offloads in our interior. That's costing us a bit. So
It looked a little bit like it's nearly harder to run with the ball when the wind's at your back, because the ball is getting distorted a little bit. Few passes were dropping a bit short and stuff.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you kind of have to pull it back more when you're playing with such a big wind. So it's actually probably easier now
Easier
playing
left
up.
to right here. I
Yeah,
think.
absolutely. Yeah. But you'd imagine they're going to put a good bit of territory pressure on us now with a big win behind them. So yeah, it's going to be a very tough second half, lads.
Stevie, thanks, man.
Cheers,
Go
fellas.
well, bud.
Come on.
See you later.
So scrappy already. Casper Gable a restart, and Thomas Quinn just about clearing the lines there. So you heard from Steve O'Neill. What do you think of that?
Yeah, no, look, it was sloppy. I think, as we know, the wind was playing havoc with that, and as you said, it was difficult to pass. The ball was getting distorted. They're having to pull it back a bit more. Any flat ball was edging forward. So this is a really good place now for an attack, because we're going left to right, wind with the ball will travel faster.
Yeah, change for Terenure at scrum half. Sees Griffin Culver come in jersey number 21 for Will Riley. Culver's been playing really well over the last couple of weeks for Terenure. So has Ethan Riley. Ethan puts the head down, and Ben Browley just gets in all over it and turns possession over. So that's an interesting battle in the 12 jerseys. Ben Brownlee, a couple of caps for Leinster, headed abroad to play for a while, and himself and Ethan Riley will be going at it all through the second half. Doon Maguire.
Oh, yes.
Ball turned over on the ground. It's with Sean Rigney. It's turning Culver finds Max Russell. Max hit hard, but support there from Mike Murphy. Craig Adams in at 12 finds Ethan Riley and UCD over the ball again, and that's twice in the last couple of minutes. UCD getting over the ball and turning possession over. Terenure's going to have to resource those rucks a little bit better, a little bit quicker.
Yeah, like that's the third time it's been turned over between two teams. So, very scrappy. And I think, as you say there, Podge, I think we're just going to need to secure that a little bit. I think both teams are not committing huge amounts to that area. They're fanning out just to help with that defence.
So UCD using that wind, calmed down a small bit, but Doon Maguire, Irish under-20 squad member this year. He has Dylan McNeese, Conor Tierney, some really good line-out options, but that wind is not easily navigated for the hookers, and you can see that there. It's thrown in and ends up on the Terenure side. I think that's Mike Murphy or Luke Clossy cleaning up that, and it's found the ground. It's with Griffin Culver. Max Russell fighting to get forward, getting lots of attention there by Paul Gerrard, but Max Russell does well. Loopy pass, Ethan Riley just about hangs on to it, and you just see that wind again playing havoc for both sides. Marcus Hannon going to fight for every inch on the ground, and Culver's in with Sean Rigney. The two second row colleagues on the UCD side hit him hard. So Terenure are going to have to slow things down, playing into a big wind. Culver, he's going to puts up a kick, and he actually does well to get that distance on it. It's with Daniel Hurley, who's back in, and tackled by Max Russell. And it looks like Oran Hanley's into the action in jersey number 19. Former Old Wesley student. Osborne has a cut, and he's met by Craig Adams. And Donegal Maguire into the action as well. That's a quick pass to Ben Brownlee. Ben Brownlee scored a couple of tries this year for UCD, and you can see why. Brings play into the 22. Quinn has it quickly, looking for options. And this is a good attack from UCD. Paul Gerrard tackle. The ref's about to blow the whistle, and he has. He looks like he's given a penalty for a high tackle there by Will Hickey on Paul Gerrard. Two former St Michael pupils going at it. It's the penalty right in front of the post. Des,
Yeah.
if you're UCD, are you kicking to the post, or no? It looks like they're going to tap and go
Yeah.
here. Doon Maguire has the ball, and they're just having a little chat. So
Big defence here now.
yeah, we were just saying at half time, 12 points to 5 with that win. This isn't a huge lead. So tap and go from UCD. That's a quick play, and it finds Ben Brownlee. Ben Brownlee trying to make his way to the line. Looks like he could be choke tackled and held up. And wait for the ref. UCD keep it alive. Donncha Maguire tackled hard, and it's a quick ball. And this is a good defensive set from Terenure. Doon Maguire. Quinn to the right. It's with Donncha Maguire. And UCD,
no.
accidental
Yeah,
offside.
lucky call there.
So Terenure might be a little bit lucky. It'd be interesting to see that back again, but
Yeah, hit his own man there.
his own man. Yeah, so
That's a scrum then, isn't it? Yeah, it's easier
it's
an
a
exit
scrum.
here now. So
we were just saying at half time, there's the big wind. Terenure with a 12 points to 5 lead.
yeah.
You'd imagine it isn't a big enough lead in normal conditions, but we actually think it might be easier to play against the wind.
Yeah, I mean, like, we didn't kick for the corner
No.
because it's too risky.
Yeah.
It's actually easier to kind of run at it. I think, look,
Looks they just need it clearer for me.
UCD played it really well against us. That left to right, I keep saying it, but that left to right, the ball travels a lot quicker. We're pushing big passes into that wind. It's sitting there, it's slower. But I do think we need a bit more discipline in when we win a ball, that first pass isn't necessarily, a double skip like a glory pass. It just needs to be settled down a little bit.
Yeah.
We need to grind it in, that tight 5.
Yeah, absolutely. And UCD going to the bench early. I don't know if that's forced or tactical, but we see Oran Hanley in number 19. Donncha Maguire come in the first half in number 18. So that looks like Connor Tong and Dan Barron out of the UCD side. So it's a scrum here to Terenure. Griffin Culver in at scrum half in 21 for Will Riley at half time. And Terenure are going to have to find a strong big scrum. That the UCD putting the pressure on, and it's a penalty to UCD. So the UCD
That's
front
huge.
row absolutely getting the edge on Terenure there, and that's a huge advantage now. It's a great position for UCD to attack from.
That's massive.
Yeah.
I don't know whether.
So will they go again to scrum, or will it be a tap?
This is looking like a tap.
Yeah, it looks like a tap.
Yeah.
So UCD with the tap and go, and they're going to throw the kitchen sink at the Terenure defence. And quick intricate play. It's with Gilbourne. Gilbourne finds Andrew Osborne. Andrew Osborne tackled well, and quick ball, and it's numbers out on the left, and it's Maxine Ashbrenner who gets in, and that's a try for UCD, and good quick hands, and it's 12 points to 10. UCD firing the early shot. So it was great hands, Des, by UCD,
Yeah.
to be fair.
Yeah, very good. Very good. We were under pressure there from the get-go.
Yeah.
Good decision to kind of tap and go. It just adds on that pressure there, but yeah, no, look, it's all on now. I think we need to use the wind, which will disrupt that kickoff and stay up there, because it's hard to exit out of there. So we need to get really good kickoff here and put the pressure on and get back in on the scoreboard.
It's Darragh Gilbourne to try and add the extras. He'll be kicking with a big wind, but it won't be that easy. You see, he has to have support to keep the ball steady, gets good strike on it, has the distance, and just pushes it to the left. So 12 points to 10. Try just scored by Maxime Brenner in on the left-hand corner after a couple of phases of strong UCD pressure. So let's see if UCD have any difficulties receiving these kickoffs. Terenure kind of dropped one or two of them in the first half. Casper Gabriel will hang one up in the air, I imagine, with that big left boot, and that's exactly what he does. And it's a lottery, and it's taken by Ruben Maloney, but it's knocked forward. He was under pressure from Luke Clossy. That was some restart, Des. My God.
And that's exactly what we need to do. Now the key piece is here that we stay here, get a good set piece off this, and make it work and not panic, not force anything.
If I had the keys to the control here, Des, I would be going 8, 9, 11 down the wing here.
Well, you see, I'd be going the opposite way, Podge.
Yeah.
I'd be going right side.
Yeah.
Let's see who wins that one.
I'll be asking Marcus Hannon just to nudge forward a little bit. Will Hickey to break. Let's see what happens, but it's a good platform for UCD for Terenure to launch an attack. First thing they'll have to do is
lock
get the scrum right
in.
because they were under the caution the last one. It's a better scrum. It's with Will Hickey. They listen to Des, they go right, but then they listen to Podge and go left. It's with Casper Gabriel. He throws one out to Adam LeGroux. He cuts in off his left and he was nearly away. Culver finds Max Russell. Max puts the head down. Culver with Harrison Brewer. Brewer sucks in 2 or 3. Quick play. Will Hickey goes through the middle of the ruck and he's just tackled before he got away. There's no scrum half. Mike Murphy goes into play. Marcus Hannon gets his hands free. It's Adam LeGroux. Adam LeGroux's going to get in for a second try and he is in the corner. And that's a good attack from Terenure, Des.
Yeah, it was very good. I think we went both sides, Podge, in the end.
I think they listened to both of us, yeah.
But look, I don't know whether it picked up on camera, but it was very close to an intercept when we came back left.
Yeah.
Which was a little bit risky, too risky. But anyway, we got in. But do you know what I think? I think we need to start having a little bit more patience on that now and get good set piece from there.
Yeah. But it was great hands in that build-up. Like Marcus Hannon got his hands free and got the pass away to keep that try alive, which is not easily done when there's 4 or 5 UCD players shooting in on you. But Adam LeGroux took it really well. That's the second try. Adam LeGroux coming back in after a bit of time on the bench last week, and I think you see him with the bit between his teeth. He's backed himself really well, any chance he has.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Look, look, as he had a really strong season last season. Was up there, one of the top try scorers in the league. Has he curled that in?
He has. Casper Gabriel's got the extra, so 19 points to 10.
And when you're heavily defended, when you've had a really good season like that, and I think he's been defended really well this season. But yeah, has really kind of stepped into today, and has really been a difference in space.
100%. He's huge experience as well, Des. He's been around the league now for a couple of years, and really, really fine player.
Yeah, we'll see how tricky it is to actually have this wind in the back for a kickoff.
Yeah.
Ref's got issue there with.
Yeah, ref. I don't know what the ref. He's having a chat with someone over there in the dugouts.
Yeah, not sure. Let's see how this kickoff is, because one, it could take it very deep, too deep. So look, yeah, let's see where this.
You nearly need to turn it back.
Sorry, mate. Yeah, good to go. Let's play.
Okay. That's taken very well by Griffin Culver. He finds Luke Clossy. Luke Clossy takes in 2 or 3 defenders, and the ball is at the back with Griffin Culver. Will he hang up a box kick? That's about all he can really do in that wind, I think. And it's slow ball.
Yeah,
Culver getting it set. and a flat kick, and
That's
he
a great
brings play
clearance.
just up onto the 10-metre line. So
I think he took a great option there once he took that ball. He could have easily tried to clear it off when he caught the kick off.
yeah,
And he wouldn't have made it huge. It was great offload onto Claw to make it up, come back in a bit, and set that second exit kick out.
better angle.
I think the touch judge was having a bit of issue around the Terenure dugout. There was a lot of people outside the box. I think it was more so than anything.
Scrappy ball, and Eddie Kelly cleans it up, and Oisin
Oisin
Shannon
Shannon.
into the action does well. So it's back with Griffin Culver. Will we see another box kick like the last one? He looks to be setting it up. That's a great
ball.
kick by Griffin Culver. And
So a couple of changes there, Paul.
yeah, so Oisin Shannon's in. That's more looks like could be-
Rigney.
Yeah, Rigney's there. Harrison Brewer's there. It could be Mike Murphy. Mike Murphy possibly coming out, and Luke Rigney's into the action as well. Which
Yeah, Luke, yeah.
Yeah, so another scrappy line out. Looks to be with UCD, and it is, and Andy O'Mahony's into action for UCD in scrum half for Tom Quinn. So a lot of the bench is getting used here now. Ben Brownlee, he
That's
just gets
forward.
the ball away to Ruben Maloney. I don't know how he did it, but it probably was a forward transfer.
It was.
Yeah, Jack Spencer carrying O'Mahony with Dylan McNeese.
It's a great hit from Chutzy there.
Yeah, big hit from Adam Chewett in on Dylan McNeese. Two big men. Gilbourne finds Andy Osborne. Osborne frees up his hands and gets Ben Brownlee. Ben Brownlee's hit really hard. Referee said that's fair, and it was Ethan Riley. And Conor O'Tierney puts the head down, carries forward for UCD. Luke
Claw
Clossie
has it, I
looks to
think.
have his hands on the ball, and it seems to come back on the Terenure side, but it's going to be a penalty to UCD. Not sure what that was for, but not releasing into tackle seems to be the signal from Dan Carson. So a couple of big hits in there. Adam Chew putting in a big hit, and Ethan Riley a big hit, and Gilbourne brings play into the Terenure 22 from that penalty. So change at hooker for UCD. It's Lucas Maguire in for Doon Maguire, so it's Maguire for a Maguire. So that'll be fairly easy to get our head around. Lucas Maguire coming through the CUS system.
With a CUS great standing behind us. Michael Sharp is CUS.
Yeah, we'll have to have a chat with him about that. Max Russell fires the boot at it, and it's scrappy play, and it's a knock-on advantage to Terenure.
We've lots of numbers on the left side.
Culver has a little break himself. He's snagged by one or two UCD defenders.
No one home.
Luke Rigney's a scrum half with a lovely pass for a prop, and Ethan Riley finds Craig Adams. Craig Adams sends danger man Adam LeGrew away. He gets it back to Craig Adams. He's hit on the blind side by Andy Osborne, but he gets the ball back. It's with Culver. Culver finds Will Hickey. Hickey frees up his hands and finds Luke Rigney. Big tackle in there on him. It looks to be turnover to UCD. So Luke Rigney getting a big hit there, and it'll be a penalty to UCD. Gilbourne will go down the line and brings play just onto the 22 metre. Couple of players down, getting a bit of attention. Casper Gabriel just below us, getting some treatment from Richie McDonnell. Looks to be like an elbow or a thumb or a shoulder.
Bit of everything.
And just on the screen there, you'll see the annual club draw finishes up tonight. €10,000 cash prize plus luxury trips, match tickets and exclusive prizes. Get your phone out, scan that QR code and see can you beat Des McCann, who's in heavy on that draw this year. Lucas Maguire to throw. Maguire dummies, it's up with Conor O'Tierney, and Andy O'Mahony has it. He brings Evan Moynihan, who's into the action again, into play off the wing, and it's just scrappy ball. It's gone to the ground. So UCD will have to build again.
We need discipline here now.
Yeah, O'Mahony with a little break, or Osborne with a little break, trying to free up his hands. He gets the pass away. Slow ball with McNeese. McNeese pops it out the back, and out the back again to Ruben Maloney. He stands up Craig Adams, and he gets away from Ethan Riley, and he's still going. But Luke Clohessy has him. He has him wrapped up, and he's going. His knees are on the ground. So let's see what happens here. And it'll be a scrum to Terenure. Great work by Luke Clohessy, getting in, holding up Ruben Maloney, and just not allowing him to get the ball back.
Yeah, you can see, and that's exactly a prime example of what Stevie was saying at half time. They have to pull that ball back really deep. Now Maloney did well, in fairness to him. He broke probably two or three tackles there, but they have to go deep on it. So I think Claw was vindicated for his last kind of hold up there. So that was an important turnover.
I'm just trying to see what way the Terenure back row is made up. I think Harrison Brewer is gone into the back row, so Oisin Shannon is in for Mike Murphy Jr. And just shout out to Mike Murphy. I thought he had an absolutely fantastic 50 odd minutes coming in for his first start, coming up from the under-20 squad and doing really well. It's not easy. He had a couple of really good moments in the first half. So
no, and Oisin has really stood out in the last few months actually, and he's made a big impact there today. His off the line speed has been brilliant. Our defensive set has been much more aggressive now, and Oisin is right in the middle of that.
Oisin, another coming through the under-20s setup, captain of the Macquarie Cup winning team here a couple of years ago, who defeated a very strong UCD team in Donnybrook. So great to see him coming through into the first team action.
His dad was my captain under 20s, my first year under 20s as it was.
I'd say that wasn't easily done either, Des, was it?
Captaining me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair.
He'd have his work cut out, I'd say. So Griffin Culver to feed a scrum. UCD scrum turning off the ball a couple of moments ago just from here, but that's a better scrum.
Much better.
Culver has it. Finds Ethan Riley, such a good option to get you out of trouble. And ball back to Casper Gabriel, big left boot, and that is a great kick by Casper Gabriel, but it doesn't go out. It's with Ruben Maloney. Ruben Maloney has options outside him. He puts a little kick through. He finds
it's gone.
grass, but that is just going to keep running and running and running, and it will be a scrum back. So, yeah, look, really hard to kick with a wind of that behind you, and so it brings Terenure right up to the halfway line here, and another good opportunity for Terenure to get a fourth try. So 19 points to 10. We've got about 20 minutes left. Tries in the first half from Adam LeGroux, Luke Clohessy and Evan Moynihan for UCD. Adam LeGroux with the try in the second half for Terenure, and a Maxime Aschenbenner try for UCD in the second half.
So which way are we going this time, Podge? Are we going left, right?
We're going to do both again. We're going to dummy to the right and come back down to the left. Terenure have just off camera, you see Aaron Egan and Casper Gabriel lined up directly. Casper Gabriel lined up directly behind the scrum, behind Aaron Egan, so they're going to break Culver, and they're going to the left with both Aaron Egan. Aaron Egan backs himself and he gets over the gain line. Quick ball for Culver, finds Oisin Shannon. Oisin with good carry, sucking in a couple of defenders. Max Russell building the phases right on the gain line, and with Adam Chute brings Will Hickey into the action, and Rigney goes through the middle of the UCD ruck, just getting every yard he can. Will Hickey into play scrum half, zips a pass out to the right to Egan. Egan brings Adam LeGroux, who's been electric today, into play, and gets a couple of UCD defenders knocking him back.
Side.
Will Hickey with some tricky footwork there on the halfway line. Culver, Luke Rigney plays out half. He puts his head down and sucks in one or two defenders. slows play down, unfortunately. Culver looking to bring in a box kick.
Okay.
Culver lengthening the ruck, puts up a kick, it hangs up into the air.
It's a good ball.
And it
Straight
looks
out.
like it goes straight out. So scrappy enough stuff there from Terenure. Play breaking down and Griffin Culver kicking it out. So it'll be a line out. I don't know. How is it all the way back there?
He kicked it from there.
All right.
Straight out.
Okay. That's exactly
The rule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was from there, to be honest with you. But
Yeah.
Lucas Maguire to throw.
Henry McAleen is on.
Henry Mackerleen in
Right
for.
wing.
I see his dog over there on the far touchline as well. 2 dogs, yeah, cheering him on. So it's great to see Henry back after a pretty tricky season for him with injuries, but he'll be chomping at the bit. It's Aaron Egan finds Ethan Riley, takes his eye off the ball, and it's going to be a knock on.
A rare mistake from Ethan.
Yeah,
Just took his eye off it there for a second.
yeah. So looks like Henry Mackerleen has gone in on the right wing, coming in for Eddie Kelly. So Henry, of course, 5 caps for Leinster, part of really good Irish under-20s team a couple of years ago that a good few players have come through, so he'll be looking to impress in the latter stages of the All-Ireland League this year. If things stand that way, Terenure will find the final semi-final spot. Andy O'Mahony to feed the scrum, former Munster Academy player, pass out to Ben Brownlee. Ben Brownlee brings Ruben Maloney in, he gets the offload out to Maxine Ashenbrenner, and he is still going forward, he's into the 22. O'Mahony looking for the ball, he gets it, finds Dylan McNeese. McNeese tackled well by Will Hickey. Gilbourne bringing the forwards into play, and O'Mahony digs it out. He finds Gilbourne. Gilbourne finds Ben Brownlee. Brownlee to Ashenbrenner over there in the left wing. He's been lively today. And it's with Paul Gerrard. O'Mahony, Gilbourne. Gilbourne finds Jack Spencer. Jack Spencer finds Donncha Maguire, and this is a good attack by UCD. It's Andrew Osborne. He is met absolutely hard on the gain line by Oisin Shannon. It slows things down. Donncha Maguire throwing a couple of dummies and tackled by Luke Rigney and a couple of Terenure players. Brownlee finds Dylan McNeese running a hard line. He frees up his hands and play deep into the 22. So UCD building a lot of pressure here. Jack Spencer, he has support and brings play right up onto the Terenure 10 metre line. And Mikey Riley's into action as well. Mikey Riley be playing probably tight head prop, I'd imagine. Mikey, 2 good years here before making the decision to move to UCD and convert into a prop. So good to see him again.
Yeah, good to see him. He's a good guy, in fairness to him. Because I said that to you before the match, watching him warm up. He's really bulked up. You're saying that they've moved him into kind of front row.
Yeah. So,
I thought he was really good. But
so a couple of scores, Des, there. Things are still a bit of a chess match in Castle Avenue. 5 points to 7.
Mary's and Clontarf still dancing with each other by the looks of things. You could see where the permutations are on given the recent
There's steam
scores.
coming out of Andy Brennan's ears here beside me, Des. He's
beavering away at the old.
Trying to update the table.
So scores at the moment, 31-12 to Cork Con, so they've got their bonus point there at this time. We Belvo 54-12 against Nina. Young Munster 17-5. Marys have now just gone ahead, they've scored another try. So Clontarf 5, Marys 14.
Wow.
No pressure, Andy.
No. Does that bring... Oh, there we go. So Marys will... if things finish this way, Marys will finish first. They'll play...
We don't want
ourselves in a semi-final, and Clontarf and Lansdowne will play each other in the other semi-final. So we'll be making the trip just down the road for an All-Ireland League semi-final against our nearest and dearest, Des. Thank God we probably won't be doing comms on that. I think the RFC will do that one. Yeah.
Yeah, look, come here. If that's the case, it is the case. I'd love to see us on either side of semis, to be honest.
Yeah.
Being a bit selfish there, it'd be great to see that one day. But anyway, back to the game.
Yeah, O'Mahony feeds. It's at Paul Gyre's feet, and the referee is going to reset that scrum. UCD seem to have the edge on that scrum there, Des. They were moving forward, but it'll be a reset. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. They're obviously going to dominate the scrum, get a penalty, take a tap.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? It's like they have a massive game next week. UCD, massive game. And in fairness to them, you know, there was some thoughts around the place. Will they turn up today? Will they be protective today for their big game next week? And there are no signs of that. So fair play to the UCD team. They're kind of getting stuck in, looking for more, even ahead of that big game next week.
Yeah. So they'll play either Wesley or Trinity, but it will be Wesley will win Division 1B if things finish the way it is. It'll be Trinity UCD play, and then UCD have just got over the line there. I just didn't see who scored that try, but it was so there you go. Very quick off the scrum there, and it was Dara Gilbourne getting in for the try off the scrum for UCD. That keeps things interesting here. 19 points to 15 with 10 minutes to go. That's 2 tries Terenure conceded off first phase off scrums, Des, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
fairness, out half took it really well, and he just danced in on that left hand side as he was going through. This is a big kick.
It's a big kick. Gilbourne to try and convert his own try with a massive win behind him on the right side of the pitch for a right footer. 19 points to 15, 3 tries apiece here at Lakelands with about 8 minutes to go. He gets a good strike. Is it coming around? And no, it's not coming around. So 19 points to 5. 8 or so minutes to go. Mark Nicholson into the action.
So for us to change Tarf and Mary's on top or whatever, do Tarf have to win that game? Is that the way it works?
Yeah. So Casper Gabriel to restart. The last one of these hung up in the sky for about 10 minutes, and he goes a little bit longer this side. The wind hangs it up just on the 22, taken by Andy O'Mahony, and UCD coming down the left, and there's a big hit in there, and UCD are shouting for a knock on. Ruben Maloney sends a spiral down to the Terenure back 3. It's with Aaron Egan. Egan finds Gabriel. Gabriel's having a look. He puts up a little kick. He's not going to get to this himself. And UCD. Penalty to UCD, Des, is it?
Yeah, I think he's in front of the kicker.
Right.
Is he going for a card here?
He's having a chat with Craig Adams anyway. I don't know, is he going to go for it? It doesn't look like it. He's just having a word.
Okay.
So Dara Gilbourne will bring play down into the Terenure half, and UCD looking for their 4th try. So just having a bit of a chat.
So it's a kick from here or penalty back.
Yeah. So a free kick from here, is it? Or we'll see. Yeah, so couple of votes in for a man of the match. Des Thomas Quinn, UCD scrum half, Adam LeGroux, who scored 2 tries, and Sean Rigney, who has played really well, disrupting lineouts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's looking like Adam is ahead there.
Yeah, 82% of people voting for Adam LeGroux. So it'll be a scrum to UCD. Looked like Craig Adams was in front of Casper Gabriel when he put up that kick. and the wind's starting to pick up here in Lakelands. So Mikey O'Reilly into the action in the front row in tight head. He's joined by Lucas Maguire and Tom O'Riordan, and it's Mark Nicholson a hooker, Luke Rigney and Marcus Hannon in. O'Mahony has it. He has a little break. He finds Gilbourne out the back door, and it is with Evan Moynihan. Moynihan tackled O'Mahony. Dylan McNeese hit hard by Oisin Shannon again. That's a big hit, and slows play down. O'Mahony digs it out. Gilbourne has it. Mikey O'Reilly tries to get the pass away. It finds the deck. Aaron Egan throws a kick on it. That's with Terenure. Griffin Culver digging for the ball. It's with Oisin Shannon. Oisin Shannon will put the head down and suck in a couple of UCD players. Culver with Sean Rigney puts the head down. A quick ball here. Henry McErleen was looking for it. He's itching to get on the ball, but they're going to go down the right. It's with Luke Rigney. Luke Rigney drops the shoulder and Culver has it. It's with Aaron Egan. Aaron Egan backs himself. Probably the right thing to do in these conditions. And Culver in digging for the ball. Slow ball. Max Russell has it. Steps off his left. Gets a couple of yards and things are slowing down.
No.
Building a box kick.
Don't kick it.
Everybody's saying don't kick it around us here, but it looks like it's going to be kicked. Culver hangs it up in the air and it finds the grass, and referee says the ball went backwards. It's with UCD.
Yeah, sorry, Podge. I just think we, as much as we can, keep possession.
Yeah. It looks like Terenure are going to get the ball back in a second. O'Mahony lining up a box kick, puts it up in the air. The wind will take it, and Gabriel does unbelievably well to take it. And a couple of players in on him while he's on the ground. And
I thought that was I thought he was definitely. Player came straight on the ground to him there.
It's kind of dangerous, to be honest with you, but
how did he hold on to that?
No idea. Luke Rigney has it. He held on to it there, and Terenure.
McGrew given instructions there to slow, hold, get set.
So it's going to be another box kick. I think we're going to see a good bit of this over the next 2 or 3 minutes. And Culver hangs it up, and Ruben Maloney has it, and he puts in a little chip. He finds a little bit of space in there. It's with Aaron Egan. Aaron Egan is going to have a cut. He steps off his left. He's found a bit of space, and he's tackled hard by Paul Gerrard, but it's with Culver. Harrison Brewer's there. He with the carry, and Culver looking for more forwards. It'll probably be Will Hickey. Hickey has it, and Terenure just going to go through the phases here. Looks like as much as they can over the last couple of minutes. Culver looks like he's going to be a box kick. UCD defenders are dropping back, ready for it. It goes up, and Evan Moynihan has it. He throws the dummy. Adam LeGroux with the tackle, and Oisin Shannon in over the ball, and he was close, but UCD still have it. Jack Spencer throws a dummy. He's met hard by Will Hickey.
Great hit.
O'Mahony finds Gilbourne. Gilbourne sends up a kick. It's a 50-50 here, and Henry Riley does well to get it and beats a couple of defenders. That's his first action of the season. Luke Rigney was going to throw a pass, decided against it, and it's right on the halfway line. Culver lines it up. It's with Henry Riley. Henry just taking play in, taking in a couple of defenders, slowing things down.
Again, we're back to this patience now. We just need to get set, make sure we've numbers outside every pillar.
So Culver, it'll be with Luke Rigney. Luke Rigney getting a yard or two.
They're not committing to rucks at all.
No.
UCD.
Max Russell puts the head down and adds a bit of pace onto the attack, and it's with Culver. Culver finds Will Hickey. Hickey's not even trying to go forward. Just finds the ground, and a lot of UCD players in over that ball. That's with Culver. So Terenure going left and right, eking out the clock. Probably a minute left, 2 minutes depending on stoppages. And Mark Nicholson with the carry. Will Hickey just sucking in defenders, making sure Terenure secure the ball. It's with Griffin Culver. Ethan Riley will put a bit of pace on it, and great clean out by Craig Adams on it with his
Henry McAlaren looking for the ball on left hand side here.
Yeah. And really slow play. Culver managing this game out.
I don't want to jinx it
Using the
here.
forwards. No.
But two really good disciplined sides here on both sides of the ball.
Yeah. UCD not getting involved in too many rucks, just fanning out, looking for the mistake.
Yeah, we don't want to see Henry here on the left screaming. We don't want to really kind of go for those big flash passes here.
Just, you won't see it on screen, but Terenure have 4 or 5 men out here on the left hand side if they decide to go left. Aaron Egan got the instructions, he just kicked it out. Dan Carson blows it up. That's the end of the match. A really good game here in tricky conditions. Terenure coming out winners 19 points to 15. That'll see them into a semi-final in 2 weeks, and we are just waiting to find out who that is most likely going to be against. It'll either be Clontarf or it'll either be St Mary's. And in Castle Avenue it's 10 points to Clontarf, 14 points to St Mary's. So it's likely to be a St Mary's Terenure semi-final in 2 weeks in Templeville, and that is on your screen how things have finished up. Clontarf 10, St Mary's 14, Cork Constitution 31, Lansdowne 12, Old Belvedere 59, Nina Ormond 12, Terenure 19, UCD 15, and Young Munster 17, Ballinhinch 5. That's the end of the regular season in the Energy All-Ireland League. Sponsors here were Grant Thornton and Sherry Fitzgerald, and we'd just like to give a shout out to all the volunteers across all the teams, all the clubs this year in the Energy AIL. It's been a fantastic season, coming down to the wire on the last day. That's what we hope for. Thanks very much, and we won't see you for the semi-finals. That'll be streamed by the IRFU, but we'll see you next season.
At Sherry Fitzgerald Lettings, we look after your property.
At Sherry Fitzgerald Lettings, we'll look after you properly.
With more than 80 dedicated lettings experts across the country, we have the expertise, the experience and the local knowledge.
With a commitment to quality service, we ensure a better experience for tenants and safeguard your investment return.
We look after your property.
We look after you properly.
Sherry Fitzgerald Lettings.
Let our experience improve yours.
Visit sherryfitzlettings.ie.